3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, it's Challenger again. Welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna get involved here in the third event of the local club season event. Event 3. Okay, back to the seasons.
Hello and welcome back to your season. We're picking up on hole number 1. Let's go.
Okay, on this fairway, if you get up here into this jumbled mess here, you have a lot greater chance of having an unusual lie, but you don't have to worry about hitting it uphill as much. So I tend to hug the right-hand side. Although the lie of the ball may be such that you have to correct by aiming left or right because you're on an uneven, non-level part of the fairway there. Something to think about. But still, that's where I like to aim, is right over there. And I don't like to use the 5-wood, which the caddy gave me. That crazy guy. He doesn't really like tips, I guess. Anyway, so that's where I'm going to play it.
Looking good so far?
Yes, it always does, so far. Now, as you can see, I'm closer to level with the green than I would be if I'd been over there on that right. And that should get us close right there. Except, if you look at the ball, you can see it's above my feet. The terrain is sloping here. So I want to aim over to the right just a tad bit and go straight at it. Otherwise, go straight at it.
Looks like this is a beauty. Sweet. 5-footer here, nothing too bad.
It does not appear that there's a whole lot of break here.
Sweet.
Yeah, I love it.
Starting your round off with the birdie. Bold maneuver.
Well, if you think that's bold.
Okay, hole number 2. Let's see what you can do here.
If you look over here on the right, you can see we've got some overhanging branches. I tend to try to hug that right-hand side of the fairway over there. The rise of the ball is actually directly in between those branches. So you can get in there pretty tight if you want to. I do. I do. And that should get us right out there in the middle of the fairway. And again, you could have played a fade if you wanted to.
All right, we're about 210 yards out, I'd say, from here.
And we have got the capability of getting all the way to the hole. Just in case you're wondering. Carrying that creek is not a problem in this position. So, I am going to put a little bit of fade in it so that I can get as tight up on that hole as possible. And I overdrove it.
Nice.
Now this is a par 5, and it's not a hard par 5, but you want to be careful here that you don't go smashing the ball past the pin, because that's never good. And I did go past it, but not a whole
And
bunch.
for the bird. Nice.
That is a bird.
2 under for the round. Okay, let's plunk her in the fairway.
Look at that beautiful course right there. Don't you love it? And the caddy gave me a 3-wood again. Anyway, I corrected for just a tad bit of fade on there, and I'm going to try to keep it on the right-hand side. It's a little harder to read
This is a beauty.
the lie of the ball when there's shadow in here like this. But pretty much you know it's uphill anyway. All right, you do want to try to get it to the pin. And everything seems to be leaning toward us here. Front edge of the green. Look at that. Let's just go ahead and get close here. Let me show it to you. It's got a pretty good downhill run to it right there on the front end of the green. So you want to make sure you get it past that going for the hole. Now, being 17 feet in the air, even if it does carry 95 yards, which it won't, it's going to have a hard time staying there at 95 yards. It's going to break back toward us probably because it's got a lot of spin on the ball still, or should. So you don't want to impart any additional spin on it by trying to put the brakes on, as it were. Not in a situation like this, anyway.
Looking good.
See what I mean? It rolled back toward me. If
All
I
right,
put any
12-footer here.
If I put any more loft on the ball, it probably would have rolled a lot harder, got back in the front end of that green, and then rolled down onto the fairway again. Whoa, that didn't go right.
So close.
No.
All right, but a 3-footer here.
It's obviously my fault, but why?
Nice putt. We're in the hole. Good stuff. And that'll keep you at 2 under for the round.
It's not going to keep me there.
Okay, this is the 4th hole.
This is a par 3 here, 141 yards. 141. So we can impart a little bit of extra loft in there. Give us a little bit of fade and go right at the ball, right at the pin there. No! Oh, I was trying to.
Now I'm thinking 2-putt. All right, 14 feet to the hole.
I was trying to hug the front end of the green, but I didn't want to hug that much. Wow.
Nice.
All right, I can live with that.
3 under for the round. Nice solid birdie on that last hole. We got another birdie in the works here.
Maybe so, John. Maybe so. The real question is, do I go 3 or 5 here? I think put a little bit of extra loft on it and go with the 3. That's what I think. I'll impart a little bit of draw on it. Try to cut that corner a tad bit. There's that word tad again.
Nice. Looking at around 115 or so yards to the pin here, I'd say.
And it's uphill, so yeah, be careful with that loft for sure. I put what I think is about 4 yards on there. If it gets, well, we got plenty of room. Nothing to worry about here.
Solid swing.
But it did. It came up short again.
For the birdie here.
Yep. Just didn't read it right.
Okay, now let's take a peek at those standings. Okay, so that'll keep you at 3 under for the round. Okay, it's time to send this ball on its way.
All right, the fairway narrows down there toward the end there, but it's still wide enough to where we can go straight at it here. Just go straight down the middle.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here.
Until I'm not.
And from here, we're about 130 yards out.
Now, normally I'd pull that back about 4 yards, 10 feet in the air. I'm going to go 3. The wind's pushing a little bit, but it's so light, the wind is so light, it's not going to push enough to help. I'm going to go straight at it from there. Oh, man,
and that was a splendid approach shot.
Yeah, thank you, John. If I'd guessed that windage right, it would have been really
right,
nice.
Let's see what's happening in the standings here.
Oh boy.
And that score is good enough to move you up a spot on the leaderboard. Well done.
That's where I catch McNally. But, you know, we got plenty of room here to mess up still. And this course, let me tell you something. This particular hole is tricky because of the way that this water works over here. If you try to hold the right hand side here and cut across, and I've been able to do this before, usually you get yourself in more trouble than if you just go all the way down to the end and pitch over. So just letting you know what I've experienced. The best way to go at it is try to keep it at the top end, left-hand side of this fairway here, across the peaks of these rises. Because if you get down here in this low end, it makes the shot onto the end out there, end of the fairway, a lot tougher. So, just my experience. And if you have an unfortunate landing spot,
all right, looking good so far.
It can still bounce down to the right. See that? Oh, like it curves there. So you don't want to go at it with a punch job or anything like that. All right. And ball kind of sounds like Superman flying through the air.
Okay, about 130 yards out.
The old Superman sound effects. All right, I like how this is going here. The wind is going to be pushing just enough to put the brake on for the ball. Ball should carry about 133, give or take, and roll past the hole here. So I'm going to put just a skosh of extra loft on there. A tad bit of draw and go at it. Now you ask yourself, why did it land way over there? I don't know.
Nice. 26-footer from here to the cup.
It acts like the wind is doing something funky up above the trees, but if that's so, I don't know it. Something going on. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, that was so close.
4 feet. Let's do this. Well done. We're in the hole.
That's a par 5 that I don't like.
And after that one, you're holding on to your lead. Well done.
That's only the 7th hole. Wow. Yeah, we can do better. And
all right, let's let her rip.
All right, this is a tough one because it's uphill all the way. But there's a much tougher one to come. 66 feet in the air. Okay, so I'm going to break it past 2 extra clubs. Went from the 8 to the 6. I'm going to increase the loft quite a bit. That's going to bring it back to about 160, give or take. But the ball is going to land so much closer because of the arc intercepting the plane of the green up there. Hopefully, I can get it close, but I'm more or less just guessing. Almost guessed myself into trouble.
Very nice. Okay, we're about 17 feet out here.
I didn't hit
Well,
that one.
That was a fantastic putt. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, nice little 2-foot putt. All right, let's see where we are in the field here.
And that's a par that should have been a birdie.
And after that one, you're holding steady in the top spot on the leaderboard.
I can live with it, though, because of the difficulty of that approach. This one's just a matter of getting it into play, I believe.
This one's looking good. And it looks like we have about 135 yards or so to go.
Yes, we do. It's 135 yards that I can live with, too.
Nice. Okay, about an 18-footer here.
"18 feet of pure love." Man, I love this course. This and this entire game, actually.
Disappointing there.
3 feet to the hole here. Solid par. Well done. All right, and after that hole, you're still in the top spot.
That may be true, but I'm still only hitting pars here. Okay, on this course, this is one of my favorite holes here. If you can get the ball rolling, like in an angle like this, where it hadn't got a whole lot of speed on it, but can make it onto the green, it's going to follow a curve like this, right up to the hole. I have gotten it to within 3 inches of that hole. And the wind is just about perfect for it right here. Except it isn't really pushing toward the hole. That's the only thing. But I'm going to try it anyway. You just don't quite have the length to get there, I think, under these wind conditions. If the wind was pushing from behind, it would be perfect.
Nice. Should be in the fairway.
Ooh, but it's got the... Oh, no. Ooh.
Okay, well, you ended up in the sand. Sorry to get your hopes up there.
Just a little too tight. Yeah. Yeah, this will show you how to get out of some trouble here. I'm aiming to the right because the lie of the ball is above my feet. I probably exaggerated it a little bit too much, but that's okay. I'd rather do that than not get enough. Again, you don't want to use a full swing on a flop here, but you want to get pretty close. That's not enough. That's too much. Oh, we could have gotten a little closer.
Well, you're on the green. That is decent. Okay, for the birdie.
Could have used just a little more.
That was nice. All right, you're sticking to the top spot on the leaderboard after that one. Great job.
It's features like that on this terrain that I really like in this golf game.
Okay, here we go.
When they work out for you. When they work against you, it's not so good. No. Oops. Hit it with the heel just a tad bit. Still managed 280 yards out of it. Isn't that something? It is actually 7 feet below us. The hole is. So the ball is going to be rolling pretty good when it gets up there. It'll bounce. Because we carry 245 yards, it'll bounce pretty good and then roll on the green because these greens are pretty fast. I expect it to roll past the hole. What I expect. Except I sliced it.
Well, looks like this may be in the deep stuff.
And that's what happens when you're not patient on your swing. Flop will get us out of trouble, but we've got a little bit of aim point error here. I'm liking right about there. Close enough.
All right, about a 3-footer here. Nice.
And that's a birdie. I'll take that.
And after that one, you will hold on to the top spot.
Why's it got me in the 3-wood again? Dang. And away we go.
It's looking good. And it looks like we have 100 yards to the pin.
I've got a friend that's been watching my pre-release videos as I've been working on this channel in the background. I've allowed him to watch early, and he's already gotten to the point where he can match me pretty well on these courses. And he finished the early season here, the local club season, at 57 under, which is just incredible. So maybe he ought to be making videos, huh? That's what I told him anyway.
Could be in the rough here.
What do you mean? It is in the rough. Could be. Obviously, I wasn't paying attention or something.
Okay, we're putting from around 15 feet out.
Oh, come on, ball.
All right, nice little 2-foot putt.
For bogey.
Okay, let's see where we stand in the competition. And after that one, you'll hold on to the top spot on the leaderboard. Fantastic work.
6 holes to go. Well,
Coming off a bit of a bogey on that last hole. Let's see if we can do better here.
hey, look at the wolf. Let's get a close-up of the wolf, huh? If you use your right-hand trigger after you've used the whole preview, it'll zoom in on the terrain, and then you can use the... not a bad-looking dog right there. Then you can use the left-hand stick to back off or change your viewpoint. Look at the size of that dude's feet, man. He's built for travel. There's a squirrel there, too. Surprised he's not chasing him. All right.
Heading for the green here. This one's for birdie.
Didn't quite hold it as tight as I wanted. Would have been nice to make a hole in one, huh?
Nice.
Almost missed.
And after that one, you're holding steady. Number 1. Well done.
Again, holding
Boom. Just boom.
the right-hand side there of the fairway. Trying to keep it flat, and I've gotten in the rough again. When you flirt with disaster, well, that's what happens. Roll on up there.
Okay, nice approach. 9-footer here. I think you can do this.
I know I can. It's just a matter of whether I will.
Yes. All right, and after that one, you're holding steady at the top spot on the leaderboard.
7
Okay,
under.
send this ball away.
Okay, you can cut through these trees here, but you don't quite have enough distance to make it over there to dry land unless the wind is coming from behind on your right. Otherwise, in other words, don't try that.
It's looking good.
Looks like it's working so far.
This one's a beauty.
You know, he says that when you're missing by
Okay, let's see what you can do with his 8-footer.
8 feet.
Oh, it was so close.
And now it'll roll to China.
4 feet to the hole. You can do this. There's a nice putt for you.
For par. He didn't throw that part in.
And after that one, you're holding steady in the top spot on the leaderboard.
Now, there's 2 ways to go about this. Both of them include going down the left-hand side here. But after you get up here, you can either go charge right at the hole, or you can try to get close and then go to the hole.
This is a beauty.
John, you're a broken record.
Okay, about 215 from the pin here.
I'm going to try to land it right here. Right here. See that? That's where I want it.
Sweet.
Now it should be easy to get right on over there, right? That's what I'm telling myself anyway.
Heading for the green here.
Look at that.
Nice. All right, this next one's for birdie.
And you can get the birdie from here. Anybody could.
That was brilliant. Sitting at 8 under for the round. And that means you are still in first place. Thank goodness.
Now this is a tough one. All right. How you going to call this shot here? Well, I'm going to go at it by pulling back just 2 yards. Okay, I figure it's probably going to come up about 4 yards shy. But we're using a 6-iron. And it goes down to the next club pretty quick. So you don't want to get carried away with it. Wind is pushing, but I don't think the wind is going to have a whole lot of effect with just 3-mile-an-hour push. Look at that. Overshot the green. I really don't think it should have gone that far, but there you go.
Little 5-footer here, nothing too scary. Great putt, and that is for par.
Those are words that hurt.
And you're staying in the top spot after that hole. Great job.
Now, I'm playing timid golf here. Just kind of just going right at it. Like, you know, I have to stay into play and playing safety golf in order to just make sure that I get to the end there, you know, and win. But you could, if you really tried, have a score of like 18 under without really having to push too hard.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here. I'd say it looks like around 145 yards from the pin.
Probably it is. Probably it is. All right. Just a skosh of that and a skosh of that, and charge.
And for the bird.
It still went 20 feet past that hole. I read that.
Oh, that was going to be magnificent.
At no time.
5-footer here, nothing too bad.
At no time in history was that ever going to be good.
Nice putt. We're in there. Ending off a fantastic round of 8 under today. And that means you are still in first place. Keep it going.
The final event of this local club season is 2 rounds of golf on the final event anyway. And it's going to be 36 holes of golf. It's going to be interesting. Come back to see us. I hope you're enjoying this series. There's going to be others. This isn't the only video game I'm going to do. I also intend to do an animation and build a, what do they call it, casual video game, like 2-dimensional. I think people might actually like that. So stick with us. Come back and see us. Catch you all later.